and he is immediately met in the backfield, runs through the contact, and then throws a shoulder for good measure.
On this team this year. That is true. High in the air. Right center field. Brandon comes in. Welcome to 2025. Today. This one the other way. Still going back. The drag walks up and down.
Edwards pulls off and buries it. Richardson drives out for Robbie Ryan. Her three right on the money.
Takes his shot for Derby. Flag out. What is up? Yes, check it out, Pitchfork Lunch Peeps. Check it out. Thank you. Yes, they are 14-0. But again, I've been there before the 14-0. As you know, welcome into Monday's phenomenal edition of Pitchfork Lunch. As I am Michael Carrotino, and you can at Diablo00 on X, the artist formerly known as the Twitter, as you guys all know. But yes, go check out you can check us live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. Also, guess what? I know this will really, 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 really shock you, right? You guys can go to the wonderful world of the good old IG. Yes, you can go to the Instagram and check out the show live there, as it's at michael.carrotanudo.5. I know. Pretty crazy. All you have to do is add the dot in between first and last name and then the .5. And guess what? Guess what? Yes, you are rocking it, as you can check out Pitchfork Lunch live there. And I gotta get this in. See, you can check out Pitchfork Lunch live there as well. And then, guys, the YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, as you all well know. To go to YouTube, I'm just gonna sit back, get all this teeny bit up. There we go. Hell yes. Go to YouTube though and watch live. But when you're there, subscribe, because if you have missed anything, and when I say missed, I mean season 1 and then season 2, and now we are just crushing it through season 3. You can go to YouTube and get all caught up on that, but you have missed a plethora of phenomenal comp reviews, a plethora, my friends, and you're gonna hear from a lot of people today. It was an insanely phenomenal weekend, but that's my point. Go to YouTube. You know how to get there. You see my name, Michael Carrotino, but if you want to go to my page, it's at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005, at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe away. I will get this right before the end of the show. Subscribe away, because again, whether it's coaches, players, voices, insiders, alum, an AD who we're going to hear from today, again, not on the show, but we're going to do it after the new year. Talk to him at the women's basketball game, well, between the men's and women's basketball games, which he was, of course, at both, Grant Rossini. But yes, after the new year, he's going to be on. I know I said December, and December's flown by, and it's, Christmas week is here. Hope everybody's enjoying their holidays, and I know, yes, there's a wee bit of stress, but hopefully relax, and you can enjoy this wonderful shirt. You can get it at the Sun Devil store at NIL thing. And again, forks up to Doug Tamaro, and I said I would sport this on the show, get it out there. So yes, the Hail Marley, which against UNLV has been one of the many just phenomenal plays that have had this 14-game win streak going for the women. But I digress. Go to YouTube. Again, we're going to have Grandma on after the new year. But you go to YouTube, you see my name, Michael Carrotino, but the page is at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005, at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe, because again, like I said, you have missed a ton. We have hooked up. We have talked to so many alums. I mean, just in the last, right before the Arizona game, before things, God, it just seemed like that was just the other day, right? Right before the Arizona game, we had Juan Roque on, and again, how awesome was he? And again, still a very big human being, but again, Juan Roque forks up, man. He came on. Keith Abney, the second, came on, who is now headed to the NFL draft. Keyshawn Elliott, by the way, now is headed to the NFL draft. CJ Fight coming back, but anyway. I digress to who we had. Ella Lamagora from volleyball. I mean, we also had Bailey Miller on from volleyball earlier in the season. And Jillian and Colby Neal from the back-to-back Big 12 champs, women's volleyball, and head coach JJ Van Niel. Again, go to YouTube and subscribe if you have not, but if you have not been watching, and you know what I say, shame on you where you've been, but that's why I got you covered. So you can keep watching season 3 here, binge watch season 1, and then binge watch season 2, and then you'll be all caught up because we've had multiple interviewers, multiple friends of the show on that become friends of the show the last 3 seasons, and 2.5, I guess you could say now. But yeah, just absolutely awesome. Because when you look at it, I mean, again, a lot, but again, in the interviews, I'm not going to obviously ask them the same thing. They probably would not want to come back on the show, and just different conversations, different things, and it's just great catching up, with the coaches, with the players, and the next, But yeah, so go to YouTube and subscribe away. Again, it's at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005, at MVC005 on YouTube, guys, and subscribe away. Because the one thing I can tell you is, again, you've missed a lot in and around Sun Devil Nation as I take you in and through it, getting to meet all these, like I said, coaches, players, alum, voices, insiders. It is just absolutely awesome. Anyway, but all right. So that being said, you guys know it was a huge weekend. So we're going to get right into it. We're going to hear from Kenny Dillingham. Yes, the extension was signed. He's not going anywhere. I said it again. I know I didn't talk about it ad nauseum. I did talk about it. But I just went off of what he was saying, and when I played sound from practice, that's the one thing that I said to you is, again, yes, anybody could go anywhere depending on, and is it a crazy? I said, it's not really much of a bargaining chip when you say, this is what I love, is where I want to be. Obviously, we know. Talked about where his family living so very close to him, and everything. So, I mean, it's just his alma mater. He's been here, built it up. So, yes, he's gonna be the first person we hear from. We're also gonna hear, from the 14-0 Lady Sun Devils as they open up Big 12 play with a big win against Colorado. I mean, they got out to a fast start. And Colorado, a very good defensive team, punched back, and it became a heavyweight fight, just throwing haymakers in the middle of the ring. I said it yesterday. If you were following along with the updates, again, Forks Up, greatly appreciated. If you have seen anything, again from yesterday, but Colorado, it became a heavyweight fight. They were up big. They never trailed in the game, wire to wire. And McKenna Brackens is back. She was out last game. At practice, she had just said it was protocol. So, but either way, she came back, looked very good. Eloisa Carrera got in a little bit of foul trouble early, but looked good. Marley Washington, Maya Williams came off the bench and looked, again, very, very solid. But, yes, so we will hear from the 14-0 Sun Devils, now 1-0 in the Big 12, and just absolutely cruising. Plus, like I said, we will also hear from Graham Rossini. So I'm jumping right into it. Going to go to a quick break. When we get back, we are going to hear from Sun Devil football head coach Kenny Dillingham, his extension, everything it means, and all that good stuff. So we will step aside and have more Pitchfork Lunch. Come and look at that. Look at that. There it is. Coming right up.
Audio Jungle.
All right, we're back here on Pitchfork Lunch, and like I said, and always same time, I am Michael Kirchner at Diablo00 on X, formerly known as the Twitter, and you can check it out live there every day, Monday, Friday, 12 to 1. Also the IG, Michael.Kirchner.5, and the YouTube at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005 at MVC005. But without further ado, here is Sun Devil football head coach Kenny Dillingham. After his extension, they signed it. It's all good to go. This was Saturday morning. I know you guys have seen a little bit, but here is everything for you. Of course, like I said, I would bring it to you here on Pitchfork Lunch. And you can, but yeah, his assistants, everything it does, recruiting, all that good stuff, phenomenal stuff, and just the energy that the Valley has. So here is Coach Dillingham.
Hello. I was going to cancel it because we were walking through, but episode 17 of this season would have begun. So, what's up?
Tell us, Coach, how's it feel to finally get this deal done?
Yeah, I mean, it's something we've been working on for 6 weeks, so it's good to finally get it done.
What does it mean, like, to the program?
Yeah, I mean, I've said from the start, my goals and objectives of being here and what I want to do, and I think it just shows that we're continuing to head in that direction. And college football, I've said it multiple times, it's absolutely chaotic and nuts right now. So it's got to be, not just what somebody's doing 1 year, not what they're doing in 2 years. You've got to have a plan to be able to stay aggressive in this thing for 3, 4, 5 years down the road, because you don't know when it's going to end. If you don't have that, then you're just a ticking time bomb to failure. And I think we're now in a position where we can have that stability, have that support to our players, to our coaches, that hopefully we can create that stability and continue to move forward and progress with the crazy times, which could change today, what the standard is to win. And hopefully we continue to press as an institution to meet those standards, and I think we will.
The staffing salary was a big part of the reporting of the contract, but what does that mean, that side of it mean to you?
Yeah, our staff wins. I've said this over and over again, and people always read into the words I say. I just say the truth most of the time, right? And it's our staff is what's got us to this point. Our players are what's got us to this point. This isn't Kenny Dillingham's program. This is our program. I'm just a piece of it, and they're a vital piece, and I think they deserve to be one of the, to be taken care of at a high level.
As far as staff goes, Kenny, what roles do you feel like you need to add to make this a better operation?
Yeah, I think we got to add, Josh is going to take on a way bigger role, with his title, whether it's, you can call it the GM role, whatever you want to call it. He's going to still be the, director of personnel and recruiting, right? He's pretty much our lead person in that world, and he's going to take on that responsibility of that. And that was the plan when we hired him. Now we're able to do that because I've worked with him for a little while and I trust him. We're going to be able to do some things on offensive and defense in order to get, some coaches moved around a little bit, to which I think would help us in today's climate of college football. So I think, and then we're going to be able to take care of the people that were here and got us to this point. And to me, that's the most important part, is you take care of the people who got you to this point. Players, coaches, you take care of the people who got you to this point.
And as far as when you arrived, the resources that you had, the position that the program was in, to where you are now, how do you put into perspective the changes that have occurred over the last
Oh, drastic. I mean, I said that week 10. It was drastic changes, and that's the truth. I think we were fighting on how can we guarantee and how can the support for this season, this upcoming season, but now they've stepped up from that perspective. Our university, President Crow, everybody stepped up from that perspective. It was more the changing of the landscape, and how much it changes. Are we going to continue to step up in year 3 of this, in year 4 of this, in year 5 of this? If it keeps going, are we going to be able to stay committed to that? And that's what I was fighting for, was that long-term commitment to our staff and to the program, and to the commitment to try to be competitive in this crazy world. But our university has stepped up big time, and they were going to step up this year as well from that perspective.
Coach, how much commitment changed your outlook of the portal coming next week?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to try to sign the best players we can for our program. good person, make good decisions, have more fun working hard than anybody in the country. That's what we want here. Guys that get that model, like Coleman over here, they're about to ask a question, right? It's coming, and I see it. Right? But we want guys who truly love being here and who enjoy being here.
What's the next step? What's the step after this? You guys need?
So we need to find one of these really rich people in this city to step up and stroke a check and do everything I can to make you the most famous person in the city. Right? That's really what we need. We need one person to live in Phoenix, Arizona. You're telling me there's not one person who can stroke a $20 million check right now? There is somebody out here who can. There's somebody who can. There's somebody. And like other people are going to sacrifice to be here. Somebody step up and be that dude to say, holy cow, what completely changed it? Person. There's somebody out there that's going to listen to this, that's going to get it forwarded it. You know somebody who can do it? Forward this message to somebody. Somebody can step and completely take this place from the direction it's going to holy cow. And it's right here in the city.
Did you let them beat you and pick up basketball, ping pong, everything?
Now, if they can beat me, they beat me. Letting them beat me? Maybe.
What do you like about just the way Josh operates and, you know, what he could do with an expanded role?
Yeah, very, very direct. I think he's a good evaluator of talent. He used to coach high school football in his past. That's his history. So good evaluator of talent. I think he's a good person, right? I trust him. And for me, that's a big piece, is trust. That's why I truly hope I get to, continue to take care of our staff at a high level. That's why this entire fight was for consistency and longevity of our staff and getting more resources for our players and staff. And Josh is just a guy that I have a lot of trust in. And I think he's got a good eye for an evaluation.
And Coach, when you talk about...
Just to have this guy behind you now so you can get on everything you need to get on.
I never really let it distract me. I don't let stuff like that distract me. I don't fall into, all the game of this thing. I just go about my business, go do what I need to do today to be better today in the role I'm in, and you rock and roll. So it really wasn't a distraction for me personally. It was just another day doing what I do and operating. It is a reality show though, so I understand that it can be distracting to other people. But to me, it's like, I'm an episode on the show, so it's just another episode.
Did you have any conversations with anyone from Michigan?
Well, I couldn't hear you.
Did
What
you
you
have
say?
any conversations with anyone?
I think every time these things open, like my agent, everybody talks to everybody. Like that's how that process works from that perspective. But for me, I never got offered a job. None of that ever happened, and it never got to that point. Michigan's an unbelievable job with unlimited resources, with people who will do whatever they can to make it successful, who want to see it succeed. Somebody's going to get an unbelievable opportunity, the same thing I said a week ago, an unbelievable opportunity to take over one of the best programs in the country, who are resources, one of the best programs in the country, with one of the best rosters in the country. And I got nothing but respect for them. I got a lot of family members, or I got a couple family members, and my wife's best friend all went to Michigan. So I have nothing but respect, and I know they'll find somebody who's unbelievable.
What can you do with this place if properly resourced?
Yeah, I think continue to grow and grow and grow. You can do anything anywhere right now in college athletics. You can be as good as you want to be. You can be as bad as you want to be. It's that simple. I mean, I think what we've done in the last 3 years is we've created a level of expectation where we can be competitive. Right? We can be on the upper echelon of competitive in some areas. We can be in the middle area of competitive in other areas. We can be competitive. But in this city, I mean, all it takes is a couple people to say, wow, what's going on? That's it. We've yet to get that. That's the one thing we're short on right now. We're yet to get that person to really just dive in, or those three people to really just dive in, jump in. And they're out there. And it's gonna come. And when that comes, like I said, you can be as good as you want to be, as good as you could ever imagine, as you could dream about, or you can be as bad as you ever want to imagine. And that's the crazy part of this era. I think there's tons of teams who can attest to kind of what I just said, is it's really up to the university stepping up at a high level. The athletic department is. People are turning down really, really good opportunities from our staff right now. That's not to say we're going to keep them all, but they're turning down opportunities to be here, life-changing opportunities. And I think there's people out here who can take this program to the next level, and maybe I know them, maybe I don't. I hope I get to know them.
Coach, the fever that we talked about on Thursday with the fan base and how emotional they were throughout this whole process, how do you get them to channel that into positivity moving forward and support of the program?
Yeah, I think the support is the proof's in the pudding. We sold out every game this year. That's unbelievable. I think we've got to continue to do that. Can we sell out every game, every season ticket earlier in this process, right? Can we get more local businesses involved? Can we get people who aren't involved, who maybe didn't go to Arizona State or who did go to Arizona State and are far away? Can we get the Phil Mickelsons involved, right? Can we get these guys involved in our program, the John Rahms? Can we get people back involved in this program and get them involved in a level that everybody knows, man, these guys love Arizona State. These guys are willing to sacrifice something for it.
Coach, how do you feel too on the
from the university? Fans had reservations about Michael Crow's approach to this. What, based on that reaction, I mean, what can you say to the outside noise about his commitment to athletics and football specifically?
Yeah, I mean, he's stepped up, and I don't think I've ever said they haven't since I've been here. I've alluded to like more and more and more, and I'll always say that. If I'm not saying that, I'm doing something wrong, right? We should always up more to a point where we're the best in the country. And are we getting better and better and better? 100%. Has he rung the bell and answered the bell over and over again? Yes. But at the end of the day, you know, the university can only do so much alone, right? And right now we're lacking in some areas that, you know, me and him have a plan to try to raise more money here together, to do it together. He's committed to doing it with me together. And, you know, I've got unbelievable belief that he can get it done. He's arguably the best fundraiser, and I mean, you could truly say it, in all of, you know, the country and college. And what he's done to this institution over the last 20 years is remarkable. So, I mean, that's a guy who, if he's committed to trying to fundraise for this program and trying to elevate this program, and that's something that I can get behind.
Kenny, you've often spoken about loving the process of building a champion. Much more appealing is it to, you know, to do that process here at Arizona State rather than perhaps another place that's kind of more ready-made and plug and play?
Yeah, I think every place has its own challenges. I think as long as there's upward trajectory and as long as you have a plan and a vision, you know, my biggest thing is if you don't have a plan for the future, right, then how can you do anything right now? Like if what we're doing right now is not planning for 2 to 3 years down the road, right, we don't have a plan for that, then what is our plan right now? Just to like figure it out and make it? I think you always have to have a plan and be willing to adapt to that plan. When we got here, we had a plan on what we wanted to get accomplished here, right? We went and attacked that plan. Now we're at a little bit different stage. There's different rules, there's different dynamics. We needed to create a plan for the next 3, 4, 5 years for what our next steps were. And in order to do that, we needed some things from the football side in order for us to put together a plan that we felt was necessary to go win football games. And the university has stepped up. And I'll say this, there's a lot more in this valley. There's a lot more meat on the bone here. And when I say a lot more, I mean a full tomahawk more of meat on the bone here. That there are people out here that can step up and absolutely change the game here and take just one more step. And that's just the challenge, is constantly taking one more step.
So how do you feel about? Did you have doubts that they would meet you where you needed to get to?
I really didn't. I mean, everything takes time. You know, this is a $4.5 billion enterprise. You know, it's big, right? So some things take a little time to get done, but at the end of the day, it got done. At the end of the day, I think we're all happy and we're all excited about the future. And like I said, my job is to just never be satisfied. I think everybody always wants to be better, and the university has done their part. And now it's the city, it's the people around, and it's not the fan, it's not the average fan. The average fan has stepped up. The average fan has sold out. The average fan is all over the internet. The average fan is in. Sports, radio, they're talking about Arizona State all the time. They're in. The city is in, right? But there are people in this city, like I said, very limited amount of people who could absolutely change the game here, whether they're an alumni, whether they're not, whether they're just from here and they want to be somebody that people remember you have an opportunity to be remembered for a long, long time here in a place that you live in a small window of time. Who knows when this window of time is going to end? You got a chance to be remembered forever. And somebody's out there, and I hope this message hits it. Some people say, oh, he's begging again. Oh, he did this. He's begging. No, I'm not. I'm just stating facts in today's era. And it is what it is. And I'm fired up for it. I like your socks, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Coach, when you talk about...
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Give us a sense of how bowl prep has gone and your thoughts about a game coming up where clearly a lot of players are going to be stepping up or elevating into, I guess we could say, more substantial roles in this.
Yeah, I mean, our bowl prep, we're not really going scouts right now. It's just good on good, and then we're self-serving defensive guys go to the scout O to do some walkthroughs. So way different than a normal structure just based off of our depth. You know, this time of year, I've said it's like the bridge from 25 to 26. But I think our guys have had a lot of fun coming out here and good energy, and I think they've put in the work. So come back on the 26th, and the 26th is essentially a Monday night for us, and we go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and we go play. It's obviously not a Monday, but it is for me, right? That week starts Monday on the 26th.
What was the feedback from the players and your fellow coaches when they heard the news, whether it was last night or this morning?
Nothing. I mean, this was never about me. Like I said, this is never about me. It was not, the intent is not about to be me. This was about everybody else. It's about getting the program what it needs. It's about getting the players, it's about, trying to put a plan together in this new era for the players, and it's about our coaches. This was never about me, and I never wanted to make it about me. And I know by naturally it does, but that's just the unfortunate part of the role I'm in. This was about, everybody else.
And Coach, how do you feel it echoes on the recruiting trail? Like, obviously the university invested in you, like you said, making the investment, but making sure the assistants are there, because obviously a lot of them with you are out recruiting. But what kind of message do you feel that just echoes on the recruiting trail?
I think it just says, like, we want to be here in today's hostile kind of world, that this is a place that, as long as that support is there, which it is, that we want to be here, and that we're willing to do things that to want to be here. And I think that's it's a crazy landscape in college football. And I think that just the comfort of knowing, man, that guy truly wants to be here, I think can add a little value.
Coach, you said in your opening statement when you took this job that you're going to be the same person every day. How have you managed that so far?
That's a question for everybody else. You never know if you're the same, right? Everybody else knows if you've changed, you're the same. So I can't really comment on that. Hopefully it's been true, but naturally I've probably changed a little bit, right? Hopefully not enough. Hopefully my core values people can still see as the same.
I talked to Brian Ward not too long ago. Where do you think he's made the biggest impact over the last 3 years, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, he's a great leader, great relationship guy with the players, really good coordinator. So all over, to be honest. I think he's a future head coach in college football. When he gets his opportunity, I think we have a lot of future head coaches in college football here when they get their opportunity.
What's an NFL team getting at Jordan Tyson?
Phenomenal person, phenomenal player, really intelligent, going to do everything right, great short area quickness, great body control, and an average chess player.
What about Keith Abney?
Keith Abney, one of the smartest kids you'll ever see, super savvy, works as hard as somebody can work, somebody who's going to overachieve what you watch on tape all day long, and an unbelievable, like I said, person. I mean, I think these kids are from this football team, these men now are all just really, really good people, and that's one of our goals in the program.
Any holiday festivities, activities you're looking forward to? Your family goes hard for Christmas, I understand.
No, I mean, we're going to go out. I think I'm going to try to get out to the Cardinals game this Sunday because we have off now until the 26th. So me and my fam go out to the Cardinals game, bring the little guy. But other than that, just hang out with the family.
You guys good?
Yep. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
And there's Coach Dillingham. There he is. That is a lot to take in there, guys. I know. Believe me, I know. But I mean, from assistant, obviously it's about, assistants getting raises, and that was part of the extension. And what it does for. Hold on, got to get this right. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, I mean, money for the to retain assistants, and we're going to hear from Rossini shortly about that, retaining Coach Dillingham, everything that went into that, and some stuff that was out there, the misinformation, of course, in this day and age of social media, or certain tones being taken that were there. But digest what Coach Dillingham said. Now we get to hear from Molly Miller again, who is 49-3, or 46-3. Sorry, 46-3 in her last 49 games. And there's something out there. I saw like non-tournament games, her record, but all of her last year at GCU and now 14 in a row at ASU, guys. You heard that right. She is 46-3 in her last 49 games. Yes, again, it is a village. You have to have a solid staff, players, but the molding, the visionary of it, how she coaches and everything, absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. So let's hear from Molly Miller. Again, we'll get right into that and digest Coach Dillingham, but here is Sun Devil head coach Molly Miller. Oh, and we'll also hear from Gabby Elliott and Marley Washington's as they kind of funneled into the post-game presser. But either way, absolutely phenomenal what this team is doing, how they play, last night's tempo of the game, everything. But anyway, let's get to Coach Miller.
So the Sun Devils have played their first conference game of the season. What types of challenges has it presented to you, and how do you look to build on it, especially after tonight's game?
Well, that's a good team. About as long as I've ever seen on the floor, 1 through 5, and they played really good defense, great rebounding team. So it's kind of that dirty work you have to worry about in a game like this. So I thought initially we did a pretty good job blocking out, and the mid there was questionable, but at the end we knew they were going to rip it to the rim and get offensive boards. So those were the 2 points of emphasis that I'm really proud of this group. They were locked in for 3 days. I will say the prep, we didn't look at it any different. We've done prep the exact same every single game. That consistency has been the same. They were really locked in.
When you start a game like that, like this, defensively, like Big 12 playing, they had, I think, 2 or 3, obviously, shot clock violations going deep in the clock. And I know we've talked about you preach defense, but to start on a team like that, like you said, with that length, how big was it confidence-wise?
It's huge. I think it's really difficult to simulate our defense in a scout. So teams do have to adjust, and in the beginning, when you can put that much pressure and disrupt that much on the defensive end, obviously it was to our advantage. But we play hard, we make things impossible. The next play, the next catch, screens, we really try to defend and disrupt. And when you do that right off the gate, I'm like, all right, you're coming to the media timeout. They better have 35 more minutes of this.
Coach, when the game, you were up by 2 in the third quarter, then Herrera scored 3 straight buckets. Just how important was that kind of towards the throughout?
Yeah, you know what I love about Elle is I really challenged her. She had been fading, missed money, you can't feel sorry for yourself, because I know they don't feel sorry for you, but we're going to go back at you, and I want you to basically go through their nose and score, so a little bumping up. And she embraced that. She's a phenomenal young player. Her ceiling is really high, but for her to be able to get those interior buckets, it'll open outside for your Gabbies, for your Marleys. So we have both the inside presence and the outside presence to complement each other, so that was huge for us.
Hey Gabby, it's good to see you. It's my athlete for Devils in Detail.
Your jammies?
I know.
She's on Christmas break already.
Okay, so
It was the thing.
Okay, so the Sun Devils have their first conference win while continuing the undefeated season of 13-0. I'm just curious what types of challenges Colorado has presented to you, and how do you look to continue to build on the momentum in the conference play?
Definitely some things we need to work on, for sure. But honestly, I think the best thing about us, or best thing for us, is to just celebrate this win, go home and feed our families, and then come back and reset. We know what needs to be fixed, but I think the biggest thing is just celebrating being 1-0 in our new season.
Coach, Phil with 602 Sports Talk.
in that very competitive back and forth third quarter, you made that decision when Washington picked up her third foul to leave her in the game with, I think, 3 minutes left to go in the quarter and the whole fourth quarter. How big was that?
Yeah, she's seasoned. She's a veteran, so I trust her. I'm like, Marley, can you play clean? She's like, yeah, coach, I got you. And she is. She's smart. Her basketball IQ is really, really good. And she's kind of our Energizer bunny out there. So without her on the floor, when you're having a game of momentum, highs and lows, it's good to have her on the court. She's kind of our mouthpiece, our communicator, again, our defensive energy bug. So as long as she could be smart, she's a spark out there that we need in those moments.
And Coach, you say momentum, but like being in a, I mean, kind of waited once they got to within two, like a heavyweight fight, like both teams just standing in the middle of the ring, just trading haymakers. And I know you've said like there's things you need to keep learning about your team and improving on, but like when you see something like that and a response like that, what can the team take from it?
I mean, I'll take my team in that situation any day. I've seen how much, and we're not too high on the wins right now. It's like one game at a time, and they really do have that mentality. It did not matter what happened in the non-conference. We said we were 0-0. And so this game, it was this game. That's all we focused on. And we knew it was going to be a physical battle. This is a whole new level. I mean, the Big 12 conference is really good top to bottom, and we saw our first test with it. We battled through.
Brackens, you didn't know if she was going to be able to play. You had a couple of extra days, and she is able to play, and then plays pretty darn well.
Yeah. No, she was huge for us. Yeah, she was questionable up until today. She got cleared from our physician. We were excited about that. Obviously, Deb had gone through the scout, and shout out to Deb too. I mean, she's been phenomenal for us in Bracken's absence. She's kind of whatever you need me to do, coach. Like, well, I need to rebound, play hard, run the floor, defend. And she did just that. That's what's special about this team too. Like, role definition doesn't have to be everyone has to light up the box score in points or rebounds or assists. Like, there's really niches that this team has, and I think they embrace that with each other. And so they don't try to do anything out of the ordinary, and that's Deb for you. And then Brackens came in and picked up where she left off.
Molly, following up on the last question as well. Deborah Davenport at this point. In the second half, she had a crucial defensive rebound where there was like a lot going on, and then she had another offensive rebound, and that led to the Sun Devils keeping their possession alive and having free throw attempts. How proud are you of Deborah's development throughout the season as well?
Yeah, extremely. When you're in those tight games, you need extra possessions. So she was getting to the rim, getting a O board, getting another O board, tipping it and keeping it alive for us to have an out of bounds play. So she was key. And for her, I know her teammates expect that of her. She expects it of herself, but we're celebrating with her when she has those momentum moments.
And Marley, it's good to see you once again. So the Sun Devils have played their first conference game of the season. What types of challenges has Colorado presented to you, and how do you look to build a momentum over the next game?
Yeah, I mean, they're a good team, and we knew coming into this game that they were really good offensive rebounding, and that's something we wanted to focus on. I don't think we did our best on it, but like she mentioned, Deb really gave us a spark that we needed, and we came up in the moments we needed to. But the test from them was really awesome for us. I know a lot of people say our like strength of schedule and stuff like that, so I was just really glad to kind of just tell them, everybody, like, you know, just us.
On that same line, so how sort of validating is it to come out, win wire to wire, 17-2, all the way to the end, hold them off when they get within two? How much can you take from that, just going forward in the Big 12?
I think it's just to attest to what type of team we are. I said it earlier. Basketball is a game of runs, so if you get rattled by a run, this isn't the game for you. And we're not really worried about that because we know what type of team we are. We know how to weather storms. Been doing it all season just to prepare us for this. So I feel like we just take this game and build on it because this is exactly what Big 12 play is going to look like night in and night out.
I think the biggest change, Coach, for you first, if you guys want to touch on it, the biggest change we've seen from the beginning of non-conference play to now the beginning of conference play is the energy you guys are coming out with, and you guys are starting off a lot stronger than you have. You talked about building that identity. Could you touch on that and why, especially in these harder games that you're playing, that you guys have improved so much?
Yeah, I think that's a big time observation. Like, it took us a while to get going those first few weeks of non-conference play, but and I don't know if it was the name, or we're just trying to get used to each other, or we didn't know the brand was supposed to sustain that level for 40 minutes. I mean, we're figuring everything out, and we go in and we want to take the first punch, really, and we've always said from the beginning, 3 stops in a row. So it's never been like, let's go out and score as many points as we can in this first quarter. It's 3 stops in a row. So if we start on the defensive end, that fuels our offense. You can see that we're getting shot violations. The very beginning ball, we're fueling our offense from our defense. So that's effort based. So every time we step on the floor, it's 40 minutes of effort. We have to start quick.
Coach, what would a national ranking in the top 25 mean to your program?
It would be a nod to the voters who respect us, but in our mind, it's like next game.
Yeah. Want to know?
I think it would be a testament to where we've been and where we've come from and what we're doing, a body of work, and that would be appreciative. But I don't really buy into rankings. I don't really buy into just team kind of records. Like, you have to play the next game in front of you. But these girls deserve that recognition, and they've showed it clearly. They've proved it. Now, will we put a lot of stock in it? But I do think it's a great nod.
Following up on the last question as well. So you, in Bali, you have the coaching program throughout March, and then you have brought in these 2 ladies, and especially other players as well, while building around Jana Levant, who was a part of the roster last year. How much volume does it speak into being a part of the program who is having a historic start this year?
No, I pinch myself every day, and I'm very grateful and thankful and blessed. I couldn't imagine starting this chapter with any other group. I mean, I want to say they're easy. They're not easy. Sometimes I give them a nudge, but they're willing. They're willing. They've bought into the vision. We've had our highs and lows, ups and downs, but they've always stayed the course. They've never questioned what we're trying to do and where we're trying to go. As a coach, I can lay my head on my pillow at night and say, I'm going to rock with them. Like, there's no tension built. There's no, like, sometimes there's a back and forth because I'm demanding and they're tired and they think this and I think that. But at the end of the day, it's like we're all on the same page. We all have the same goals. They're wonderful human beings. So the character of these kids that I get to be around every day, I don't know how I got so lucky, but it's an early Christmas gift that's going to keep on giving.
For sure.
Speaking of that, what's it going to be like for you guys to celebrate Christmas at 14 and up?
It's gonna be exciting. I know for me, been around a couple of schools. I honestly don't remember being in a position like this, especially being in the role that I am, having a big role. It's a lot different perspective, and then also coming from a basketball household. My brother played college, so I know he's gonna be proud of me. Get to celebrate with the fam, but also happy I get to leave my secondary family, with a good win as well. So it's gonna feel good for sure. But definitely just something to keep building on. It makes me more excited to get back, not gonna lie, to finish this out and see where we end up.
Definitely. Yeah, no, just to piggyback off that, I mean, exciting to go home and see some family. Really fortunate to have this group of girls. And, most people are like looking forward to these breaks, like, oh, I've been around each other so long. And I can't really necessarily say that with this group. We think we've been so fun together, and we've all just gelled naturally. So like Gabby said, I'm really excited to get away to my second family, or away from my second family, but just to have this confidence going into the break, and then coming back with just more excitement, like she mentioned, to get another one. Why be satisfied with the first? Just build on it.
Coach, what aspect of the non-conference schedule do you think best prepares you going into conference play now?
I mean, we played 5 games on the road. And those weren't gimmies. I mean, Santa Clara
no.
was not a gimme. Penn State was not a gimme. Oregon State, Gonzaga, those weren't gimmies. So we were challenged. We had a challenging schedule, and we grew with it. Playing UNLV, I think a tournament-tested team every year. We've been challenged, and we've grown with it. And we hit 3 road games in a row, being bi-coastal. That's a testament to this team. To whatever adversity comes our way, we have a saying, perfect for us. So we've kind of pinpointed that theme, and it doesn't matter who we're playing, where we're playing, how many days we've had off in between. It's perfect. What our record is, perfect for us. So a testament to them for embracing that mentality as well.
Heading into conference play again, what's one positive takeaway from this first game that you think is really going to help you guys get through this upcoming challenge, and what's one challenge you foresee for this conference?
Our defense can get us into any game and win us any game. It's going to happen with our defense, and they know that. We're going to hang our hat on it. We're keeping teams below their averages. That's going to give you a chance to win night in, night out. Yeah, I think ball security for us is something I'd like to clean up. I don't love the number of turnovers, but if we can be stronger, make better decisions. And we've got a veteran group, so I think that'll come as gelling comes. You know, again, they're strangers playing with each other as of 7 months ago. So just understanding a little bit how, when, where, why the offensive comes into play and securing that basketball.
Everybody good?
There you go. There was head coach Molly Miller, Gabby Elliott, Ronnie watching this. Last night's game, last night's early emails. Here you go. You got to be able to see it, right? Their game last night, though, guys, it was crazy. They shot 59% from the field, 58% from three, and 87% from the free throw line. So a 50-50-80 game. Yeah, I mean, you're going to win a lot, but the 87% from the free throw line, you guys, I know I harp on it. You say, oh, it's so antiquated, blah, blah, blah. You're overstating the obvious. Well, I overstate the obvious because how many teams are bad at free throw shooting? You know, when that comes up big, yes, you want to be able to shoot like that at home, but on the road, guys, if you're doing that on the road, it's going to keep you in games. It's going to keep you in a lot of games, and tournament-wise, decided here or there. I mean, you look at the free throws last night. Gabby Elliott, who we heard from, 4 for 4. Alosi Carrera, 4 for 4. Amaya Williams was 2 for 4. Jaya Levette was 2 for 2. And McKenna Bracken, 8 for 9. So 20 of 23 altogether. Yes, 87% all day long. The energy she's brought in. Yes, it was a new team. Yes, they had to get used to each other. And it's pretty. I mean, Stokely started Big 12 play, but just with the scheduling, I just think it's weird because all the Big 12 teams are doing it. Like on the women's side, like you have that one game and you have like all those days off. Which again, I guess you'll never complain about. Like they said, getting some rest in the holiday season. It's cool. Obviously, get to go be with family, then come back, and hopefully there's not too many. There's not too much cobwebs. But as coaches like to say, or I guess maybe slowness. Of enjoying family and all the food and all the times. But, I mean, there's with the free throw shooting that shows up in the postseason. That's going to show up. That's going to win you the conference. It's going to help get you to the postseason. And then shots like this, too. Here we go. There we go. Shots like that, too. But, yeah, it's one of those things where, like, yes, you can put a premium on, you do put a premium on it, but like just the value of it and hitting the free throws and it becoming a thing, it's energy. The way this team moves the ball, there's always things you can go on, and if you're in her coach say that, but at 14-0, that's why I asked. It's always great, having to grow and learn through wins. And Colorado again, they threw a lot of punches to get back in the game and had a battle back and. So, yeah, I mean, that part is just absolutely awesome. So, we're going to take a very quick break, a little bit of bonus time here, but we are going to hear from Graham Rossini because he did speak yesterday. And you know what? We're going to actually shelf that because the time, that would be way, way a lot of overtime. I don't want to miss anything and probably have to split up the interview. So we're going to hear from obviously Ken Dillingham, Molly Miller today. And the men's hoops team, again, not ignoring it because Bobby Hurley, we'll hear from Bobby Hurley tomorrow too, and Mo Odom, who was very upset after they fell to Oregon State. They had a lead under 8 minutes to go, and Oregon State just again they fought their way back in. But there's some things the Devils, as you'll hear from Coach Hurley, didn't do. So tomorrow we're going to kick it off with Graham Rossini. and go from there with, we're going to kick it off with Gramercy here to say obviously about Ken Dillingham, just the contract, everything. I just don't want to go too extra long today because I know, again, a lot of you guys, 12-1, it goes by fast, and sometimes you can't take the overtime. And I do want you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Again, before we get out of here, at Diablo00 on XR is formerly known as the Twitter. You can check out the show live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12-1. Also on my IG, michael.carrotsnudo.5. Yes, check that out. And YouTube, guys, go to the YouTube channel. It is not that difficult. Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube and you see my name, Michael Carrotsnudo, but it's at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005 at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe. Again, at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005. Subscribe away and again, you can get all caught up on everything you missed, because again, you missed the great sound from Kenny Dillingham, Molly Miller, Gabby Elliott, Molly Washington. Yes, you missed it all. But for those of you that didn't, subscribe to the YouTube, get all caught up, like I said, season 1 and season 2. So before we get out here again, it is thanks to reigning back-to-back Big 12 volleyball champs, women's volleyball, for reminding me it is hashtag our state. School down south, that is for you. It is hashtag our state. And as you guys know, and as always, go Devils. You guys know that. But have a wonderful rest of your holiday week. Monday, again, no show on Christmas. But again, we got a little bit to get done before that. So, but have a phenomenal Monday. Any things, hit me up. Like I said, at Diablo00 on XR, is what you know as Twitter. My IG, michael.carrotsnudo.5. Any kind of banter on YouTube as well at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005 at MVC005 on YouTube. Hit me up. So, yes, it is hashtag our state. Go Devils. And you guys know it. As always, forks up.
I went to Arizona State. Right. I'm a Sun Devil, man.
The 27-yard line. That's a great call. Blake Baker, Plummer will put it up, throws over the middle. Poole, touchdown. Quick flag. Third down and 5. Levitt swings it to Scadaboo. Scadaboo breaks defenders. Here he goes again. Scadaboo is the running back, and he is immediately met in the backfield, runs through the contact, and then throws a shoulder for good measure. Shut this team this year. That is true. High in the air. Right center field. Brandon Compton. Welcome to 2025. Just run the other way. Defense still going back. That's the drag. Walks up and down. Edwards pulls off and buries it. Richardson drives out for Robbie Ryan. Her 3 right on the money. Takes his shot for good.